Good morning. I'm with Patrice Kieffer, the CEO of Hydrobio, which is the company behind the wonderful product Vital Humic. So this morning we have the chance to speak with him to better understand how to use the product with the Nutri-Tower and also a basic overview of Hydrobio as a company and their product. So on that note, I will let you take the floor.
Good morning, Matthew. Thank you very much for having us, and thank you very much for the nice introduction. I'm Pat Kieffer. I'm the VP CEO of ALC Bioinnovation. At the core, ALC Bioinnovation is a research and development company, and we concentrate on efforts on finding solution, biological solution to industrial and commercial problems that are facing ourselves today. Of course, we're a biotech company, so a green company. We live and breathe by it, and all the solutions that we are that developed are a form or some sort of a form of an organic molecule. So for this morning, we're talking about the Vital Humic Hydrobio concerning the Nutri-Tower, which is the wonderful product that we see behind you. And I know that there've been some introduction, and you guys have done a wonderful job at introducing to your customers and all that this new supplement, I say, for the needs of the Nutri-Tower. At the end of the day, I know there was some concern with some people and some utilization and this and that. So this morning, in a sense, I'm going to present the product as a short overview of it, and then we can go, I say, into maybe the questioning part of the section of that we had or the utilization. Vital Unique Hydrobio, really, in a sense, is a plant supplement. Can we utilize it as an entirety, as for just utilizing it to replace, let's say, all of other nutrients that is necessary for a plant's health? No, it is the answer is no. We have to support it with a little something else. Hydrobio, in a sense, it's really what is missing uh, I say, as nutrients to your plants, which we cannot find anymore in conventional, biological, or whatever it may be, as mineral based, what we call mineral based fertilizers. In a sense, the all this is offered to the consumer at this moment right now. Nobody has really something complete, and it's really, in a sense, very difficult to be able to complete something as that. Let's say we're going to go completely organic. We will be offering in a year from now a complete solution where the food and the hydro comes with it. It'll be a solution, a two-part solution for you guys to utilize. But right now, as a supplement, it does what it's supposed to do, and especially being indoors, it helps you to translocation. It helps you with photosynthesis and stuff, which is very difficult in a sense because we are reproducing an environment with the Nutri-Tower, which is very good and very healthy for the plants, of course. But at the end of the day, it's very hard to replace Mother Nature, which has always been the challenge of indoor growing. Now, Vital Humic Hydrobio consists of probiotics, certain choices that we've done. There's also a part of it which is humic acid, fulvic acid, kelp, and also molasses. Why, you would say, why would you combine all this together, and what was the purpose of combining all these elements together? The purpose of combining all these elements together was to fill a void and at the same time to depolluate, because whether we like it or not, whether we're talking about outdoor growing this and that, and a common or say common cultivation or standard cultivation, we have a certain reality today of the air being polluted and this and that with certain I won't use a big word, they call heavy metals and stuff like that, which are we had found a bit everywhere. The purpose of ALC for 10 years of research of what we did from 2006 2016 was to really find out where was those heavy metals and at how much level are they found through the food chain. So we went all the way from the soil to the piece of grass to the fruit to this that and carrying on all the way up to the human. At the end of the day, we found out it was bioaccumulative, a beautiful new word to say that the heavy metals accumulate through the food chain and we become more and more polluted. So for us, it was very, very important to find a solution where how can we fill the void, because also the study was also to find out what was wrong with the food chain, what was missing. We realized that macro elements were missing. We realized that bricks content that was not being followed since 1960s or the 50s in certain, let's say, like peppers and stuff like that, which was important because they weren't sugar producers. People that followed bricks were really much more into the sugar cane, like you would find also in the maple groves here in Quebec that everybody knows. But at the end of the day, or in beets and stuff, which are very high, which are sought for sucrose and stuff like that, and sugar, mid-soluble sugar. At the end of the day, we knew what was missing, we knew was polluted. So we said, how can you depolluate something and at the same time feed it and fill the void? It was very complicated. I'm not going to go through the entire science because it's really not that important. But at the end of the day, we're able to build this little wonderful molecule called vital humic. And by changing certain levels of the elements and by changing certain levels of the microbiomes or specific microbiomes for the task we want to do, we're able to find something wonderful and called in the product we're offering to you, Vital Humic Hydrobio, which is really, in a sense, does so many wonderful things for your plants. Like I said, accelerated translocation, improvement of nutrients utilization. The fact that it's polarized at 98% in negative ion, when you water and you put it into your water, all the nutrients and everything gets polarized into negative ions, and then it becomes very sort of fun because it's a bit like a magnet. Like when you were kids and putting two magnets together, it's the same thing. Your plant is positive, and you got your little negative magnet, boom, and it goes. That's what helps nutrition translocation, meaning that to transport them. And that's what also accelerates translocation, which is also meaning, once again, to transport them but in a faster, better way. That's why a lot of the people I'm sure that I've seen that have utilized our products say, hey, my plants change their color to a deeper green in about 3 days, 4 days. That usually we call it the hydrobio green. It's so significantly, it happens with such an impact. That's one of the biggest comments we get from the industry or from whether it is mom and pop, like you guys having fun at home, as much as it is the guy that's cultivating 200,000 square feet of mint or 200 square feet of basil and stuff like that, which are, we're talking large scale players and stuff like that. At the end of the day, uh, oh, I'm really sorry. At the end of the day, like I said, the utilization is very easy. We have to go with the recommendation that you've seen that our friend Mathieu has given to you guys, to your group, of what we need to do. We can never forget that your system is a recirculatory system, so it always comes. So that will help the fermentation, and that will help also the fermentation to be able to recreate sort of the better understanding for your plant of an artificial soil. When we're present, the plants actually thinks that our feet are in the ground and stuff like that. Whether it be hydroponics, like you guys are doing, aeroponics, or whatever technique you're using, or even some mediums, doesn't make a difference. At the end of the day, the plant starts recognizing by having those micro elements that are there, recognizing itself as almost being into a situation of a real true soil. That's why when you're talking about large cultivation, people are working in live soil. They really like us because we really create this microactivity and everything else, which at the end translates itself into health of your plant, which translates itself into a plant which is able to resist pest and let's say uh, pests, I'm sorry, and other pathogens that will come in, like powder mildew and stuff like that, which are another form of negative agent into your system. Um, as for utilizing it, like I said, I do recommend people, especially when you guys use such small forms and stuff like that, to make sure maybe that you pre-mix it into a little bit of water first, and lukewarm water to help the dilution with it. It is 100% dilution, 100% soluble, but at the end of the day, you need to be able to let the molecule relax a little bit and then introduce it to your system. And then you will have, for those of you, if ever you had, like, let's say, oh, I got a little blockage and this and that, that's very simple. Never forget that our molecule will help strip your lines and everything else and prevent biofilm buildup. Biofilm buildup is a big word to say that your salts and stuff from your nutrients start coming in and start scaling up into your pipes, which happens naturally. Our product will help you prevent that. And if ever you've been not using our product and you were your Nutri-Tower has been in function for 3, 4, 5, 6 months a year, does make a difference, then it's very important that you think that you use this little program that we got. It's called Flush It First. I'm sure that Mathieu has shared it with you guys. The system can be showed you how to flush your system first with the molecule that we've given, which is the Vital Humic Hydrobio, to make sure that the scale is all removed, and then you start with a fresh system that will not block itself and stuff. Because if we remove the biofilm, of course, sometimes it creates a chunk and it will lodge itself. So little things like that are things that we've seen in system that are very similar to you guys in Nutri-Tower and with Mathieu. But at the end of the day, I'm sure you guys have probably other questions, and I'm going to let Mathieu take the lead for questioning me, unless I forgot something that Mathieu thought was important.